All right, guys, let's go over this tracker that I've sent you guys. If you've not gotten this, make sure you email me. I'll provide you with a link that only you can access it because you have a specific link, and I can access it as well. First off, your age, self-explanatory. Put it up top. Second thing, max heart rate. That's going to be what you got from your assessment. It's going to spit off three numbers, 55, 65, and 75%. That 75% obviously is important because that's the number you're going to be using on the third assessment if you've not already done so. Third block, your aerobic threshold test, whether it was bike or run. Initially, I thought this number was going to be extremely important. We were going to base our training paces on it, but we're seeing really big variations in the results of this assessment. Some are way too high, some are way too low. So we may stick with more generic number of training, probably at 75% right there. I'll email that out in the training guidelines when it gets to the programming email that will go out probably tomorrow. Resting heart rate, I explained how to find that. Wake up, put your device on, get a sip of water, go to the bathroom, do what you gotta do, lay back down and monitor your resting heart rate for 3 to 5 minutes, trying to find that average number. You'll see it fluctuate up and down. Finally, put the device that you're gonna be using inside this fifth block right here. Now you're also gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. That's gonna be for assessment 3. Now you have to do it based on your primary modality, but the other modalities are totally optional. So if you want to, in the first week of programming, to accumulate some additional volume, you can go ahead and go through these as well. Same thing applies to assessment 3, okay? The same rules, same way to start it. It's gonna be exactly the same, just a different mode, and you're gonna record some different data, obviously. On step-ups, you're not covering distance, so it's gonna be the number of steps. You don't have to do all 4 of them, but you have to do the primary one. And what you're gonna do in that primary one is gonna be your distance, average heart rate, and average pace. We're gonna be basically checking this every month. This number should change as you go. You should start to cover more distance in the same amount of time at that same heart rate of 75%. That's gonna cover all the information that you need to put in after the assessment week. Now let's talk about what we're gonna input in our first week of training. You're gonna see you have 12 weeks down below. The first session of every week is gonna be your efficiency factor training session. Is gonna be based on your primary modality, okay? What's gonna happen is you're gonna need to record the data for the first 30 minutes of that session, regardless of how long you go. For the 30-minute part, I'm gonna need your pace. Now this is key here. The pace cannot be put in a typical 9:30, like for a 9:30 pace. You have to put it in more of a standard format. So if it was a 10-minute mile, you just put 10. If it was a 10.5-minute mile, you put 10.5. So simply just round to the nearest quarter is what I'm gonna do. So if it was a 9:05 pace, I'm just gonna round to a 9. If it was a 9:25, I'm just gonna round to 9.5, and so I would input 9.5, okay? So just round to the nearest quarter because every 15 seconds on a time scale is gonna be the same as 0.25 on a traditional normal numeral scale. Yeah, numeral scale. So you're gonna need to put in your pace, your average heart rate, and then that's gonna compute your efficiency factor. If your spreadsheet does not have the formula for the efficiency factor, it's in this email. Copy it, paste it there, hit that little box in the corner and drag it down so that way each week when you do this session, you're gonna have that efficiency factor, and over time, we should see it change, okay? The green box are gonna be for total durations, okay? You notice I have 5 there. That's in case you're doing additional sessions outside the primary ones I suggested. For example, I went for a 50-minute run yesterday. I'm on week 1 of my training. I'll start week 2 next week. So that 50 minutes is gonna be right there. Session 1 duration, remember, if you go beyond that 30, you're gonna put your total duration there. So if I did the 30-minute test or efficiency factor session right here, and I ran for 45, I will put 45 there, even though my data for this is only for the first 30 minutes, okay? So no matter what you do, you're going to put your total durations in these green boxes for week 1. And then the formula in this final one under total duration will spit off your cumulative volume for that week. What we should see week to week is this volume increasing, okay? That's the main goal. That's how we're gonna progress this. I've provided some examples of progressions. There's a bunch of different variations of it, but you should see it stay the same or progress from 10 to 30 minutes per week. The goal is to continue to progress it to where we're getting around that 5-hour range when it's all said and done at 12 weeks, okay? Like I said, some of you guys already have the formulas in these 2 boxes right here, efficiency factor and total duration. I caught it about halfway through, and some of you don't. The formulas are included in this email. Make sure you put them in. If you have any specific issues, you can email me, and then I'll reply back to the group as a whole.